We're very pleased that Mayor Lee could be here this morning. He's leading San Francisco and SFO in a real economic boom time and building a very strong foundation for the future of the city and the airport. And now my great pleasure to introduce Mayor Lee.
Thank you, John. And again, thank you to you and the Airport Commission and all the staff here at the airport for always working hard to make sure this engine of economic opportunity continues for everybody. I'm here today also joined by representative from Congresswoman Jackie Spears' office. Thank you very much for being here. Of course, Richard Guggenheim, one of our commissioners, is here as well, and then Mr. Mack, who is part of the San Mateo Labor Council. Thank you for being here, and I think we'll have guests from the Board of Supervisors from both counties. Sometimes San Mateo and San Francisco spar a little bit over jobs. They get to continue bragging that they have an unemployment rate that's lower than ours. But Rich and I and John, we know it's because the airport is booming out here. And we've always seen the airport as, of course, a regional asset. And so everybody's investing in this. And looking behind me, you have a visual of what it means for people going to work. It's always been about jobs, and I know this airport is a huge job creator. In fact, 14.5 million visitors came through last year at airport, and they broke all records. It is not only a great asset, it's one that continues to refine itself. Not too many months ago, we opened up the Terminal 2, and we walked through it again, and I've often said that it just feels like a first-class hotel lobby when you walk through here. John, the only thing that I'm going to ask is that when I always do the red eyes now a lot, and you got to have those yogurt stations open after 10. That's the only thing that will make me happy, more happy. But that, again, will mean probably more jobs if we do that. And I will say that this $4.1 billion 10-year capital plan is yet again another strong demonstration of our airport's thinking ahead of what it needs. It's an airport that is on water, so it constantly has to upgrade itself. It has to deal with issues like sea level rise. It has to build new facilities as it's needed right here. The airport runways have to always be invested in. The buildings themselves, whether we get new ones like a new control tower or we refurbish the old terminals, which we have to do, because I think the public has gotten so used to the way Terminal 2 looks like, they are demanding that the other terminals look and feel the same way. Well, all of this has to happen with the airline support, and I know John has done a fabulous job in making sure that not only the airlines, but our labor forces throughout the Bay Area feel directly involved in improving the airport constantly. It's a great, huge economic engine, and you'll see that $4.1 billion. A lot of pictures are in the room behind us about what the facilities will do, the new ones, the refurbished ones, but that $4.1 billion will also reflect a large number of construction jobs, obviously the high level of professional service, engineering, design jobs, as well as the concession jobs and the concession vendors that more and more reflect the diversity of our economy right here at the airport. This is, for me, I always do like coming to the airport whenever I'm traveling more and more these days. Others that come through for our conventions, for America's Cup, for Beta Breakers, as we did this weekend, all through it. All of the different summer events that we have, many thousands of people will come through our airport, and they'll continue, I think, feeling the same way I do, that this is an airport for everybody, and it's modern, it's safe, has the highest levels of technology, but also the highest levels of safety and security for everyone. And we keep that foremost in our minds as we work with the airlines, with TSA, as we approach the modernization constantly of our airport. So I am thrilled to announce this 10-year capital plan. It's something partially dear to my DNA. As many of you know, I headed up the 10-year infrastructure plan for the city. And once we get these 10-year plans out, as the airport's done now, then the conversation begins about what we do to continue making the airport one of the great investments that we have in our city. And it is about investor confidence. Our airport demonstrates that with every international visitor comes here. They land here, they feel immediately welcome to the innovation capital of the world. You see that reflected in the signage as well as in the welcoming that the staff and the airport personnel have. A 10-year capital plan means that we have articulated for our immediate and the near future not only the plans, the ideas, the investments, and the promise to our nearby friends here, whether it be San Mateo or the other cities around the Bay Area, that we're investing properly in this very great asset. Same thing we do with our water system, same thing we do with our great arts institutions. We plan ahead and we involve everybody and we get them to buy in on what our assets are and what they mean to our city, to our county, and to the whole region. So I want to thank the Commission for doing such a great job, the staff, of course, and their corporate partners, their design partners, their planning, financial partners as well. I want to thank all the other city agencies that come together, whether it's police and fire, that we all see working here, very much alive around the whole evolution of safety, whether it's on the water or on the airport and the runways. Everybody has to work together on this, and I know that once you review the details of this 10-year plan, you'll see how smart it is, how investment friendly it is. You'll see also the future of the airport come alive as it greets the innovation capital of the world, San Francisco. Thank you very much, John, for a great time, great work.
Thank you, Mayor Lee. As Mayor Lee said, we're planning to take the T2 level of improvements throughout the whole airport to create that world-class experience of Terminal 2 and Terminal 1 and Terminal 3, and to even make improvements into International Terminal that opened just a little bit more than 10 years ago. When T2 opened in 2011, it became a standard not only for this airport, but a standard for airports worldwide. A standard in terms of the passenger conveniences, the unique amenities like the yoga room, and a standard in terms of concession performance. T2 generates $14.53 in concession rent per passenger for the airport. $14.50 per passenger. That's the highest of any airport terminal in the country. So we want to continue to make those improvements throughout the airport, both for the convenience of travelers and so we can continue to generate the funds to make the capital investments necessary to ensure this is a world-class airport. Boarding Area E, we're in Boarding Area E right now. This will open less than a year from now. Early 2014, Boarding Area E will open. It will handle United Airlines. The whole of Terminal 3 will be for United Airlines. We're also going to vastly expand and improve the central checkpoint in Terminal 3 and expand the front gate area as well. Shortly after the completion of this building, we'll start work on Terminal 1 and Boarding Area B. This will take 4 to 8 years, project completed in phases, but we will have a whole new Boarding Area B. Terminal 1 itself will be vastly improved and expanded, and again, the T2 level experience will be carried throughout the whole airport. And we do look more, as the mayor indicated, we look more to hotels, to 4-star hotels in terms of the quality of the facilities, the quality of the experience, rather than just following what other airports have done. We want to set the standard and raise the bar for airport performance. We're very pleased as well to be moving forward with an on-airport hotel. It will be a 4-star hotel likely, 400 rooms. The AirTrain system has been designed to have a stop at the hotel location right in front of the International Terminal by the A boarding area. It's the same area where the old Hilton used to be that was torn down in 1997. And this project will be completed in about 3.5 to 4 years. In conclusion, I want to thank a big thanks to our staff who put together this program, moving our program very quickly using a design-build methodology that shortens the time period for construction, ensures a high level of local DBE participation, and allows us to stay within budget, improves our overall performance. And a big thanks to our staff overall for our excellent business and financial performance that allows us to continue to make this kind of very large investment. And thank you as well to our labor partners. Bill Knack represents the Building Trades Council. We have an outstanding partnership with the Building Trades Council, and we'll have a project labor agreement to ensure labor harmony through construction on the major projects. We also have an excellent partner in Congresswoman Jackie Speier. She's a great leader in Washington and a strong supporter of this airport. And Brian Perkins, her local chief of staff, is here to say a few words. Brian?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Brian Perkins. I'm the district director for Congresswoman Jackie Speier, and the Congresswoman would have loved to have been here today, but she actually was here today. It was 7 a.m., and she was on her way to Washington. We offered Mr. Barton's staff the opportunity to change this to a 7 a.m. press conference, and he declined for some reason. But in any event, I've been asked to read a statement from Congresswoman Speier, and it goes as follows. Thank you, Mayor Lee, for your outstanding leadership. We have to recognize that this airport is a regional resource, and it is Congresswoman Speier's great privilege to represent both San Mateo and San Francisco counties in this wonderful resource. Thank you, too, as well, to Airport Director John Martin. Congresswoman Speier considers him brilliant and unflappable, and she made sure that I put those words into these comments this morning. She wanted folks to know that this next decade will see the airport expanded and improved with even more conveniences for travelers. Particularly of note, there's going to be a 400-room hotel at this airport, long overdue. And it's going to make San Francisco Airport itself a premier destination. There are going to be 36,000 jobs created over this next decade, jobs both directly and indirectly. This has a massive ripple effect, not only on the peninsula, but throughout the Bay Area. We know that some people think that the airport is always under construction, but that's because our economy is always changing. The airport needs to change along with it. Great work, SFO. This will be your decade in the sun. Congratulations.
Thank you, Brian. Of course, the airport is owned by the City and County of San Francisco, but located in San Mateo County. So our partnership with San Mateo County is very important, and it is a very strong partnership indeed. We're happy that Supervisor Dave Pine is here today to say a few words. Supervisor?
Good morning. It is a pleasure to be here in San Mateo County to talk about the renovation of this incredible airport. On behalf of the San Mateo County Board of Supervisors, let me express that we could not be more excited about the renovations and progress that this airport is making. San Francisco International Airport is a key economic engine for San Mateo County. The construction here will generate many jobs, and as the airport expands, tens of thousands of San Mateo County residents work at this airport, and we are thrilled to see the airport continuing to modernize and support the local economy. Also, I need to speak as on behalf of the region too. I think we're all aware that with global competition, the Bay Area now has to compete with other major economic centers. And we cannot do that effectively without a world-class airport. When I travel around the U.S., I don't see many airports like San Francisco International. We have an extraordinary facility here, and we're one of the few airports in the country that's really keeping pace with our international competitors. So I really commend John Martin and all the staff in the city for its foresight in making sure that we can compete internationally. And this airport will allow us to do that. And finally, just one small request for the airport and Mayor Lee. We probably should put a little plaque somewhere in here saying, "Welcome to San Mateo County."
Thank you, Supervisor. And thank you, Commissioner Guggenheim, for being here today. We have an amazing airport commission. I think I'm blessed with the best airport board of directors of any airport director in the country. So I appreciate your support. We're going to go out and take a look at the renderings. The mayor's going to have time, I think, to answer questions from the press by the renderings out front. So thank you again for being here. Perhaps the highest end hotel as well.